Anybody who can throw coal into a furnace can learn how to program, for God's sake.
The fastest growing job in the United States before COVID was solar power technician. The same people can do those jobs. They can be the people who go to work to make the solar panels.
For those folks who've lost their job right now because a plant went down to Mexico, some of those jobs of the past are just not going to come back.
That was the haughty arrogance and the ignorance of Democrats Joe Biden, John Kerry, and Barack Obama, just throwing up their hands, giving up on American manufacturing long ago. But Trump did bring manufacturing jobs back under his first term. There was 1 million jobs lost under Biden. Under Trump, U.S. manufacturing jobs went up 487,000 from 2017 to 2020. Obama lost 193,000 manufacturing jobs. Let's state it again. Under Obama, the U.S. saw a net decrease of 193,000 manufacturing jobs. Biden saw 1 million jobs wiped out. Joining us now, Indiana steelworker Matt Novak and Michigan autoworker James Benson Jr. Gentlemen, we appreciate you so much for joining us tonight. It's good to see you. Matt, first to you. What was your reaction to the president's announcement on tariffs today? What do you think?
Very excited about it. And a lot of my brothers and sisters steelworkers like Brian were very excited about it because we saw what it did back in 2018. It definitely made a difference in the market. It held back all the influx of all the stuff coming over from everywhere else, saved a lot of jobs, did a lot of good for us. As an American, just as a country, it did a lot. But for the steel industry, it definitely helped us. So
what Matt just said, James, is it promises made and promises kept by Trump? We know that blue-collar workers are moving to the Republican Party. They feel abandoned by the Democrats. Do you agree with that?
Oh, 100%, 100%. You know, we have been told this lie for years that, you know, NAFTA was great and all these different plans after that. And all we've seen is bleeding jobs. I have 26 years and 8 plants because a lot of those plants closed. And a lot of those plants closed under, Democratic leadership. You know, if you can remember, NAFTA was crafted originally by the Bush family and then turned around and Clinton signed it into law. And it was the biggest bloodbath we ever had of losing our jobs, and we never recovered from it. And Trump is the first time I've ever seen a reverse of that and actually jobs coming back into our country. And better than 65% of the membership support him, and probably closer up to 70 now because they're starting to see results from that.
Interesting. Now, let's get your reaction to auto worker Brian Pennebaker. Brian's been a guest on our show. Listen to him in the Rose Garden. Watch.
I have watched plant after plant after plant in Detroit and in the metro Detroit area close. There are now plants sitting idle. There are now plants that are underutilized, and Donald Trump's policies are going to bring product back into those underutilized plants. There's going to be new investment. There's going to be new plants built. And the UAW members, and I brought 20 of them with me, they're sitting right over here. We support Donald Trump's policies on tariffs 100%. So, Mr. President, we can't thank you enough. And in 6 months or a year, we're going to begin to see the benefits. I can't wait to see what's happening 3 or 4 years down the road. Thank you, Mr. President.
Well, Matt, what do you make of that, Matt?
I've had the opportunity to talk with Brian plenty of times. He's an amazing individual. He's 100% right. The more that we can sell more American vehicles and stop this influx of all these imports, it increases everything with the steel industry, with the aluminum industry, with everybody that supplies everything for every vehicle that every American owns. It's going to increase. It's going to create more jobs. It's going to be much better tax revenue. Everything's going to be so much better for all of us, and I think it's a very positive thing. Is what's happening today.
So what Matt just said, James, what do you expect to change in U.S. manufacturing, given the announcement today? We're watching the coverage here live happening right now, James. You know, we see MSNBC talking to Democrats saying this is a really bad move. MSNBC is attacking President Trump. They're saying inflation is going to go up. What's your take on all of what we're just talking about here?
I think it's, the Biden administration handed over essentially almost $30 billion to the big three to push a EV product that nobody wanted. And I didn't see anybody crying about the money we threw out the window on that. But all of a sudden, Trump is actually standing up and bringing jobs back to our country. And you see them coming up with every excuse under the sun to try to, derail what he's doing. But the fact of the matter is, his first term, we saw those jobs come back, and we're going to see them come back in even bigger numbers this time. And finally, actually have growth in the biggest middle class that we ever saw in our country, which is in the industry and manufacturing. We keep belittling that, but that is the largest middle class we ever had in the history of America. Matt
Novak, James Benson Jr., you gentlemen, you were terrific. We'd love to have you back on. That was really a terrific stuff. Really great insights and information there. We appreciate you joining us tonight, and good luck with everything. We'll stay on these stories. Good to see you. Thank you again.